Tai Chi in the bathroom. You can see my progress. Remember our first basic stances here. One, let's just stand here for about, let's say 10 hours total. So 5-10 minutes at a time, then gradually move up until you've logged about 10 hours, and you'll really know, because your shoulders won't be in pain anymore, your neck will be in line, and all of the pain in your body will go away. So follow me, I'm the doctor. Just like this. Now you can start down low to work on other shoulder parts, but usually you need to start up high and realign C7. So the way you do that is you have to lift your elbows above your shoulder. So here's my shoulder. I'm just going to put my elbow right above it. And it's kind of in this pocket where it's relaxed and resting. And, you know, there's only this ligament that's working. So the rest of my arm is relaxed. And you hold it for a long time. Imagine 10 hours has passed. And what happens during that time is your arms will begin to fail in some way or another. And what you want to do is watch yourself in the mirror. So as you fall, you're going to see. And you don't want to see this. You want to keep the peace in your body. So you're building up one layer of song, is what Adam Misner, I guess, would say. One layer of song. And it's like you're building the outer layer of the Batman. Think about it that way. So you want to be able to feel it. Because I'm only working on my ability to get here, right? And then I'll feel like, no, there's parts of me that don't want to be there. So we're going to wash those out, 10 hours. And then you can go slow, which is my favorite way to do it. But you want to eventually get to the concubine pose, right? And you want to be hard and solid as a rock all the way in between here, so there's no transition bumps or, you know, like bubbles in your strength. And then you build it up. So that first layer, the second layer, third layer, fourth layer, fifth layer, and the sixth layer until you're just a statue, hard as a rock, all over your body. When somebody hits you, they break, right? That's the skill of the tongue. Well, it's the skill of many arts, actually. But the way you get here is just this easy bird flapping thing. So let's say you put your arms up here, or you put your arms up here, right? It really doesn't matter about your hands, but it will, if you do have wrist problems, you need to do this to your wrists as well. So you should do it anyway. Older masters kind of let their arms do whatever, and they don't care what their level is. But you really want to be able to, you know, not have any noises in there and just have strength like, you know, they can't imagine. So that's Tai Chi. Ji is this squeeze, right? And you want that squeeze to be felt everywhere. The whole body, even the thighs and the front and the back. That's a thing I noticed as you start off. Maybe you'll tend to use your back muscles more and not engage the front. And the reason you do that is different levels of emotion. So you can really tackle this first level of song by focusing on being absolutely undisturbed, relaxed as you move. So then you'll feel your joints, like there's tension in here. And if I go really slow, I fight here, not here. I don't fight my opponent, I fight me first, right? Internal is the conflict. So I clean out the shoulder, and I'll rotate it to speed it up, but I can't clean it out yet, so it's got work to do. Oh, and see how it jumps? And that's the tear in those fibers there. So we're gonna build them up, a little one string at a time. You put it in that posture, right where it starts freaking, shaking out, opening and letting go. You know, the crane string doesn't go that way. And the only way you find that is to go really, really slow and really, really strong. Very gently at first, because you don't want to you tear your own shoulder. So go really slow, you build it up till it has real good amount of chi in there, and it can just flow out like there's no stiffness in here, you know, like when you were a little kid. So, and you can actually MRI and see these on an MRI, but what you want to do is eventually you're attacking those basically the tissue that grows into that space and freezes it, and they'll call it many diseases, but still it's just one substance. But what you need to do is just put pressure on the inflammation, because it could be food that you've eaten. It doesn't really matter what the inflammation is. It could be just posturing. But the real deal is you need to just posture against it in this very light, like, oh, I'm not doing anything. Nothing's happening. Nothing's happening. Oh, you're adjusted. So you don't have to see the chiropractor, because you're just gently always moving into that area. So if it's in the neck, right, you use peng, lu, ji, an, right? Peng, lu, ji, squeeze, an, pull it down, peng, pull it up, an, pull it down. So you're taking your vertebrae and you're learning to do this. Up, down, and then you can learn to fight with it. And what your fighting method is very, very gentle. This was a really old Shaolin kung fu movie I saw in the 70s, and I'm just trying to find it. And the quote in English is, "It to be very strong but very soft." So you can turn that strength on a dime. And usually most people's dime is about that big at first. It's their hips. However smart their hips are is how good they move. And then they can start combining maybe the dantian in the hips. Maybe they learn that separation, and then they can trick out their jujitsu friends. Maybe they meet an Aikido guy and they're thrown for a little while, but eventually they get their heart chakra moving as well as those Aikido guys, and their arms and all the rotations in their arms as well. So they respond with the same thing to an Aikido person. And then eventually, you know, you get shunned everywhere because everybody laughs at you for the things that come out of your mouth because they're true. And nobody likes the truth. That's the truth. The truth is, it's really easy. It just takes a lot of effort. So it looks like this, but in the moment when it's been 12 minutes, you have to be letting it fall. So think of like a form. You know, you go to do a form, and you're not just trying to remember techniques. You're trying to be smooth everywhere your pung is. Right? And you want to imagine pung is this huge ultimate bubble you can move to. So no amount of turning, twisting, or rising or falling will ever, or squeezing, will ever bring you to pain. And that's why you start off, a lot of Tai Chi people, they just do the hands. Because that's so fascinating. How can you heal your hands just by twisting them like that and putting gentle pressure on them for hours and hours and hours, and using the body heals it? What? It's so amazing. Right? So be careful what you feel, because most of what you feel is what you believe you're feeling. So don't be hypnotized. You're just making the body like a child. Matthew 18:3. Taking all the stress points out, right? The reason I'm flapping my wings is because I need to. That's the logic. Because this has stiffness and I can't flap my wings, so I need to flap my wings. Why am I doing a backflip? why am I training a backflip? Because I can't do a backflip. The logic of Tong is can't. Where is your can't? And I will show you my can. Can is an ability to get there really easily. The most ancient of ancient principles. The secret sauce of any sauce is go slow. Go really slow. Go slower than you can possibly imagine. Go slower than that. Don't go. Can you be still? Stillness is the illusion. So if you can hold still more than your opponent, you can do anything. Now, remember, pain gets into that equation. So if they can apply pain to you somehow, then your kung fu no good. So if you think of Sanshin or any of the Okinawan forms, when they would just hold Ji. That's all they're doing. They're holding Ji. So they're doing Tai Chi, but just at this idiotic level. Like, well, don't do it. You're doing it backwards. Okay, forget it. So whatever. So Ji should be like this. Not like this. Squeeze. No, because now you're not understanding. You're throwing fear into it. You're forcing fear on your squeeze. No, kids don't move like that. A lot of us have been trained by fear first. We don't need that no more. We have the master. First, we move gentle first. So a lot of people, when they go to stand and fight, they have this balance, this intention in their elbow, and you can grab onto them and just disrupt them completely by pushing on their arm. But Tai Chi or Tong Sao or Aikido, anybody in Jiu-Jitsu usually, if you touch them, that doesn't make a determination on what their intention is. They could easily twist out or roll around or pull and push and it really depends on their intention of their stance. So that's why everybody in Jiu-Jitsu has a good base, right? Now, a good base is an excuse for not being at peace. Now, if somebody comes crawling up to your ankle and you're standing up like this, you have to have a lot of chi to resist a really low attack on your ankle. So you usually go down to meet your friend, right? Hey, what's going on, little doggy? Maybe you pull your foot away from their connection. But you don't have to be in fear to do that. So that's why this practice you don't have to think about your feet, but you want to do this as a single solo exercise where you're not moving at all. But you can also do it like this, where you're moving your feet, but you're not moving your from your hips up or from your chest up or from your shoulders up. So maybe that's the level of manipulation you need to do. Here is your opponent, and you want to be able to grab them like this. So maybe you're here, and you want to switch, right? You want to be able to practice this move, and you can see it's an upward block if you didn't realize that. So jiu-jitsu and weaponry and kung fu, they're all kung fu. So somehow when they got to America, they got split off. But it's the way you practice. So this is not Shaolin. This is G. This is Shaolin. See? G, G. And I'm holding G the whole way. So it's in my whole body. My whole body is the blue man. It's not just here, or from here to 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 my left foot. I'm just bringing the earth up to meet them, putting this angle and never giving up my intention. So if anything pushes down on it, I can roll around on it. I'm always responding in this very gentle way. I don't want to go above song 1, right? Song 2 has an intent. I'm just following in song 1. Ready? Song 1, and I throw you. Song 2, I get nervous and I'm not sure what you're doing, and and I lose my peace. Maybe I move my foot. Maybe I go up instead of depend on the earth. Right? But you want to be able to throw your arms out. So as a form, it's like this. So you can do the circles, but you're trying to heal and not just practice a move. You're trying to make this feel good as you speed it up and harden it. Because as soon as you move it, if there's separation, there's weakness. So if there's separation, you hold it and wait for the river to fill. Find the separation. You can use Pang Jian on your spine and in your arms and in your shoulders to find it. Tai Chi in your body. Not so hard. Relaxed here, tight here, relaxed here. Just this complex wave of dynamic intention. You don't have any idea where my strength is or my intention is, because I don't have any. I'm just following to open up, right? And so when you do that, you'll do these old formal movements, right? Oh, it actually has stiffness to go up there, or just to go up here, or to go out. Oh, so just hold it. It's a 1 pound ball. Oh, but it's huge, like a 1 pound hula hoop. Oh, I'm not trying to do weight lifting. I'm trying to do weight transition. Now, hopefully you can do this with 1 gram of weight eventually. But if you think about the 1 pound, it will make more sense. It's a 1 pound giant ball here. So my whole body is carrying it. My face too. My foot. And I'm trying to be relaxed, like it's this fun thing to do. It's floating here. I'm just floating with it. What are you floating for? And waiting in this posture is very good too. Especially if you do these, you want to turn and twist over your knees to kind of switch your stance from one foot to the other, right? But then I'm always rotating the weight through my legs and through my body. It's just this dance we're doing. And then I can choose to turn parts where I was like, I didn't want to remain that way. But then I'm continually dancing with this person. Even though I might move quickly, I'm giving them the ting that says, you don't know where I am. And so it becomes frustrating for people with 10 years of training to deal with people like me. But that's why you should come to me first instead of, You know, there's no excuse now. But hey, come by, you know, I'll show you. I'll see you soon.